My name is Neyla Kirby, and I'm a CDS Portrait of a Grad. As I kind of moved through high school, in my GUI class and the way that I kind of fit into the fabric of the school, I found that as I became more involved in things like diversity and social justice, my place became a person who developed an understanding of, different social issues and kind of wanted to push their class to look at racism or look at different lenses that would have otherwise kind of been overlooked. The GUI class we have now compared to the JK class is like completely different in terms of diversity, not only in race and culture, but sexual orientation and many different facets. And social justice, I think, is a really nice way, that a diverse class who, someone would come along and say, can we buy school supplies for an underprivileged community or whatever it was. And the club really reflected what that diverse student body really wanted to focus on. And it's great to have a group of diverse kids in the school, but what that diversity can do kind of when it intersects with the privilege that we have and the resources we have to affect change, that was really special. My proudest achievement with social justice would be having that period poverty project, because that was last year and we kind of had a really strong start to the club, for the most part in person. And, I had this project that I had as a part of one of my classes where we had to have a social action project, and I did tackling, period stigma as well, but also just the lack of period products available for women. There was a huge amount of support from not only people who I was friends with, but also people who just kind of resonated with it. And I'd say that that's the most successful thing, to me at least, because it really showed me that, it's not always how you dress an idea up or market it, but if people really feel that an issue is important, create more change in a larger community by way of that. So in the end, we were able to raise quite a large sum of money. I think it was upwards of $1,000. And, as great as that was, I was able to go to Walmart and buy shopping carts full of pads. But I think the even better part, or an equally as good part, was the fact that so many people really engaged with the topic, and looking at our community and seeing how we can end period stigma within it was also a really rewarding experience. CDS has really helped me to foster my passion by way of providing me with so many opportunities to develop it. I think, I've been able to find the things that I'm interested in, but also find the things that I don't really like rugby. I love running, but the tackling was not really my thing. And I think, by way of having so many opportunities, you find the things that really drive you and that excite you. And I think in that way, it's really fostered my passion, because I know for a fact that social justice is something that's important to me, and I can take that with me so that, after post-secondary, I can do things that align with what's important. Being a CDS lifer, I think, has given me a lot of confidence, through some of the lifelong friendships and also relationships that I've developed with teachers. I think my experience at the school has just been one that's been so full of wonderful relationships, and I feel like I'm almost ready. Next year I'm going to be in a different country, but I feel like the school has really well prepared me for that and to be independent. You just develop such close relationships with teachers who, being here for such a long time, they really become role models to you. And there are even students who I've looked up to for so long. It feels like a community, but at the same time, you find your own community within that. And you really are fostered to become an individual by way of that.